Oh,
10.
now he picks the time to get up and go. Oh, jeez, what's he doing? What's that guy doing?
I don't know.
5, 4, 3, 2.
I'm John, and tonight I want answers about the government shutdown. There's no stopping us now because we're live.
John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers. Give John answers. John wants answers. John wants answers. Give John answers now.
Check your calendar. If it says October 10th, 2013, then we are live. My guest tonight is Keith Stattenfield. Keith is the host of Keith Explains,
Yes.
also on Camp VT,
Yes.
Wednesdays, 8:30.
I should write that down.
Yeah. Have you ever seen your show before?
No.
Oh. He's my guest tonight because he's a news junkie, history
junkie.
buff,
Yes.
philosophy major.
Yes.
And you know what? You are a superstar in your current role.
I am. No,
Yeah.
actually, no, I'm not. I don't think so.
No.
I think I would have heard that
You just heard it now.
from a manager.
Oh, yeah, that helps.
Yeah.
If you've never seen the show before,
And you haven't?
this show is like a courtroom drama. It's not. I'm the prosecutor. My guest is the expert witness. And you at home are the jury. And it's your job to convict or to quit the topics. We will be taking your tweets. You can tweet us at John Wants Answer. Now, there's no S on the end, because the S, I'm told, is for suck.
I hear after Twitter goes public, they'll add one more letter.
You said that last time.
I know. That's because I heard it.
By the voices in your head?
Yeah.
Have they IPO'd yet?
No,
Oh, they're going to IPO.
they are.
Okay. I heard another company, not named Twitter, named Tweeter or Twoozer or something, shot up because everybody
Yeah,
thought
yeah.
that was Twitter.
Bankrupt, yeah. Went out
Yeah.
of business like 4 or 5 years ago. TWTR.
Yeah. Anyways, I was saying, you
I
can
made,
tweet us.
I made a mint off that.
You can tweet us at John Wants Answer. We'll take your tweets later. And if you don't like Twitter,
And you don't.
who does, right?
Who does? No one does.
You can go to our website, johnwantsanswers.com, S there. We got a little tab there that says contact. Type in your message, hit send, and it'll come up here, and I'll read it out later.
You should have a box on the main page when we're live on the air.
Well, the box is
Instead of
there
go
all
to a
the time.
tab.
Box tab, same thing. There's a box now for like live stream. Watch me live.
Yeah, okay.
You know, this show, it could be made possible if not, a lot of things didn't come together.
Yeah.
One of them being our generous executive producers. They are Lisa Tamaki and Brian Westphal.
Fall. I was talking to a guy. He thought there was more in the middle.
More
Yeah.
Westphal.
Fall. Yeah.
But it's like, you got to switch between the P and the F.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, it's tricky. It's a tricky name.
Fall. I think it's Norwegian.
It could be. Fall. Because it's so cold that your lips freeze together.
Yes, a little blue. I gotta tell you, I'm exhausted because
I can tell.
we've had so much stuff happening in the last little while here on John Wants Answers. If you were with us, not this last Monday, but Monday before, we had an epic episode. We had Steve Wozniak, we had Daniel Kotke, we had Andy Hertzfeld, we had me. We were sitting here for 120 minutes, 2 hours, talking about the movie Jobs.
Yeah, which I think was longer than the movie Jobs.
Longer than the movie Jobs
Yeah.
itself. So that's how much detail we went into. And it was, don't get me wrong, it was exhausting, but it was great. It's exhilarating.
Yes.
And now I'm exhausted from being exhilarated.
Exhilarated.
Yes, yes. At the start of the show, when I introduced Steve Wozniak, I pointed out his book. And I said, this book is terrible. Now, I didn't want to embarrass him right there on the spot.
Yeah, I was thumbing through it earlier. That book is terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah.
If at first you don't succeed, fail, fail again. That's not really even a joke, really.
No. Good advice, though.
What do you get when you cross a computer with a mule? A computer that gives you a cold boot when you plug it in. These are all terrible.
Not all. I bet if we tried, we could find at least one good joke in this
Okay,
book.
maybe we'll take a look at that a little later. So our episode that we did Monday and a half ago, over 4,200 views on YouTube,
Wow.
which is a lot. Our previous record was our interview with Canadian superstar and member of Styx, Lawrence Gowan. We did an interview with him like a year ago.
Yeah.
After a year, we had 1,500 hits, which is
Man.
pretty good. So we have 4,200 in a week and a half.
4,200. That's got to be almost 1/10,000th of 1% of all the people on the planet.
I don't know. I didn't do the math. But it's not the most views I've ever had. So I made a video of my friend Brent,
Yes.
a friend from elementary school. Made a video of him parking at Zamboni. I went to visit my hometown of Trail.
Yes.
And he parked the Zamboni because he works in the ice rink.
Yeah. Good
It's like-
gig. Good gig.
It's like a 20-second video of him just parking it, not just driving in the circle, parking it. 9,350 views.
Wow. Did he parallel park it?
No, he just drove it in.
Because that would be really impressive. And I assume that's on the Canadian driving test.
Even more hits, 13,000 hits for a movie I made on making chicken soup.
Yeah, I've watched that movie.
I show you make chicken soup, and
Yeah.
it's weird. I spend a lot of time doing this. It's like you see a carrot and you see it chop itself.
Yeah.
It's like stop motion. I did.
It is stop motion.
Yes. And it was hard to do because I just had a video camera running. I do one slice, lean back, do another slice, lean back. It took forever.
Yeah, that's when you were single, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
But my number one video was when comedian Sinbad came to Apple. And he
And
told some jokes. 18,000 views.
Wow.
18,000 views.
who knew Sinbad had 18,000 fans?
Yeah. I saw him once at the comedy club in San Jose, the Improv. And I gave him the DVD because here's a DVD of you at Apple. And he's like, whatever. Yeah.
I saw him at Macworld once.
Yeah, he's an Apple fan.
I was like, is that guy Sinbad? Turns out it was.
Yeah. That was in 1999 I made that video. But I didn't upload it to YouTube until like 2006.
Wow.
So our video, we've had 46 thumbs up and 0 thumbs down. And YouTube comments. Now, if you are feeling bad about yourself,
Read the comments.
read YouTube comments.
Yeah.
You'll feel better knowing that people are mean to someone who's not you. Because YouTube comments are terrible.
Horrible. Never read the comments, people. Never read the comments.
I read my comments. I read my comments
Why?
on an episode. We have 5 comments. I'm going to read one word from each comment.
Well, that's editing. Okay, go ahead.
We don't have time to read all of them, the whole thing. Number 1, fantastic. Number 2, thanks. Number 3, treasure. Number 4, amazing. And number 5,
Zamboni.
no.
That'd be
number 5,
hilarious.
It would be hilarious.
I'm
Number
gonna
5,
go comment.
award-worthy. Award-worthy.
Wow.
Which leads me into my next topic.
As I knew it would.
So, the first year we did this show,
This show's not going
our
to win an
next
award.
topic,
This
Wave
show,
Awards.
this one, not award worthy.
I'm going to admit to the audience today, I am slightly phoning this one in because I'm a little nervous because I'm going to be flying out tomorrow, which I'll talk about a little later. And I'm so exhausted from that exhilarating episode. But speaking of Wave Awards, I didn't speak of Wave Awards yet.
We weren't speaking of Wave Awards.
Speaking of award-worthy.
Wait. Hey, John, have you submitted for any Wave Awards?
Oh, yes, I did. Last year, 3 episodes that we did became finalists.
Yes, I remember.
And we
You
won.
kept lording it over me, as I
Yeah,
recall.
I did. Yeah. And one of our episodes won. We won for our episode called Being Gay. And I'm not even gay, and I won an award for being gay.
Man, you're...
And my guest, he's been gay all his life. He had not yet, at that point, won an award for being gay. So I beat him to it.
What if he won the award?
He didn't win the award. I won.
He could have won the award. Maybe they gave the award to him.
I made a copy for him. So he has one now on his wall at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's nice. This year, now I submitted in 16 categories.
Yeah.
Well, I made less categories, but more than one episode. Long story short,
Wait.
they've
You
announced.
submitted more than one of your own show to the same categories?
Yes.
You
No.
just-
I submitted one of my shows to multiple episodes. No, one of my shows to multiple categories.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anyways.
Because the other way doesn't make any sense at all.
No, 29 categories. Total.
29 categories.
20 have been announced.
Somehow you found a way to wedge yourself into at least 17 categories?
No. So far, I am a finalist in 4 categories.
Man.
Our episode on prostate cancer.
Prostate cancer.
Very important topic. Finalist.
Really on not having prostate cancer.
Well, if you have it, how did you figure you do have it? You know.
You're a guy, a doctor, hopefully.
Yeah. Guy.
With a glove.
Well, watch the episode. I don't want to describe it here because it's not, you know, it's not the time or place for that kind of thing. Burning Man episode. Finalist. Episode on Lawrence Gowan. Finalist. Now, he's the guy who I'm going to see. That's why I'm flying out tomorrow. He's doing a concert in Toronto. And if you watch the show, he pretty much mocked me for previously not flying out to see his show.
He did, yeah. I was
called
there.
Called me on the floor, so to speak.
Yeah, he implied you weren't Canadian.
He implied I was not a true fan.
Yeah, not a true fan, not a super fan.
Right. So I'm going to fly out now to see him day before Thanksgiving in Canada, Canadian Thanksgiving, which is Columbus Day for you Americans. I'm going to see him perform. It's going to be great. And our episode on Judaism is a finalist.
Wow.
In the category of religious and inspirational.
Wow.
I also submitted our episode about the Pope for that.
Oh, yeah, that one's not going to win.
Which it was not a finalist.
We already know, not a finalist.
But
here's something I'm
it would have been
thinking.
Hilarious if it
I'm
was.
trying to remember if I was on any of those 4 shows. I don't think I was.
You made an appearance on the prostate cancer episode.
Oh, so that one's not gonna
We
win.
had mustaches. I had a real mustache.
Yeah, and
you had
I
fake mustache.
I did. It was fake.
And I shaved mine live off the air, and you just peeled yours off.
I did.
And then the audience voted on which mustache was the best,
Yeah.
and I won hands down.
No, I believe you won by 1 vote.
I believe it was a landslide.
Check the tape.
No, I think penmanship I won.
Check the tape.
By 1. If you're interested at home, why not go to my old episodes at johnwantsanswer.com and see who won?
Yeah, and then put it in the comments.
Yeah. So there's 3 categories I left to announce I could win. Our episode on Jim Short might win. That was a great episode.
It was. I don't remember being on that one either.
You were not on that one. North Korea.
I might have been on that one.
You were on that one.
Yeah, that was not going to win.
And it's still up in the air.
Yeah.
Mayor of Cupertino.
Also not on that one.
You were not on that one, so that might win. Might be a finalist.
Yes, you might have 2 more potential for finalists.
Yeah.
And if the numbers hold, that would imply you would then win roughly 2 of them. Because last year you were finalists in 3 or 4 and you won 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think we've gotten better.
Well, you. I mean, again, the ones you've won, I'm not in. So
I've gotten
I
better.
apparently am not getting better.
I've gotten better at finding guests who are not you.
Yes.
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 And so that might
Good
help
plan.
my odds.
Good plan. I would stick to that plan.
We won 2 last year for 1
Well,
episode.
we won twice for being gay.
Yeah, but that doesn't count. That's just the same episode that I'm not in.
But you're not in.
Yeah.
So at this rate, I'm going to win a third of my. Yeah, I'm going to win 2 or 3 awards.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
How-
It's going to be fantastic.
How will your wife continue to live with you?
Being such a big star,
Given
you
how
mean? Or how
big
much
of
I'm
a
going to be,
star
how
you're
big of a
going
head
to
I'm
be.
going to have.
Yeah.
Even bigger than now. I don't know. We'll find out.
How is the wife?
Great. I've been advised.
Seen her lately?
I've been advised
Or
by
is
counsel.
she still missing?
I've been advised by counsel not to discuss.
Oh,
my
yeah,
wife.
good. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Our first topic: government shutdown. I think over here.
We got to find out where that music comes from one of these times because it's kind of creepy.
Out of nowhere. I'm not expecting it, and it comes out. Okay, the government has shut down.
The U.S. government.
The federal government.
Let's not, worry the rest of the world. They're all still doing okay.
All my Canadian friends,
Yeah.
your Canadian government is still serving
working
you.
as well as your government does.
Well, ours doesn't work. Well, our
Next show.
Congress hasn't
Yeah.
worked that well.
Yeah.
So why does the government have to be shut down?
So currently the U.S. government is shut down because Congress has not passed a budget for the fiscal year,
Okay.
which started October 1st. And in the absence of a budget, the executive branch doesn't have authority to spend money.
Okay.
Except long ago, Congress said, well, there are some things that are so important that even in the absence of the authority to spend money, we are going to let the president spend money on them. So anything that was deemed essential to the operation of the government, the president still has the authority to spend money on. And anything deemed inessential to the operation of the government, the president doesn't have authority. So if you don't have authority to spend money, you can't do the things that you don't have the authority for. So government workers in jobs deemed non-essential get told, come October 1st, there's no budget, so
Stay home.
don't come in. We can't pay you. If we can't pay you, you can't work. And if you can't work, we're shut down effectively.
Now, is most of the government essential?
I think it's less than half of the government essential, or
Okay. Like the FBI still going to work?
FBI still going to work, not being paid in many cases, but going to work.
Oh, suckers. How about, like, I'm flying out tomorrow, so it's like immigration and customs.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
TSA.
those people are essential.
So TSA and
Yeah,
they're
you got to
essential.
watch Canada. That's a huge undefended border.
Yes, it is. So they're trying to pass a budget. Why isn't the budget being passed?
Well, they're trying to pass a budget, but they're really not trying to pass a budget, which is they've given up on passing a budget.
Did they try that hard?
The House of Representatives passed a budget last year and sent that budget bill to the Senate. The Senate changed that budget in a number of ways and sent it back to the House. And in general, the way that gets resolved is the House and the Senate each appoint members of a committee called a conference committee, and the conference committee gets together and they compromise, and they come up with a compromise bill, and then that bill goes back to the House and the Senate, and the House and the Senate each vote on it, and if it gets a majority in the Senate and a majority in the House, it passes and gets sent to the president and signed, just like in the in the thing. And if it goes back and it doesn't get a majority, they can form another conference committee. In this case, after the Senate passed its version of the budget, it sent the bill back to the House and said, we are ready to go to conference committee. Here are our 8 members. And the House said, we're not going to appoint people to the conference committee. So the Budget Conference Committee has never met and has never agreed on a compromise budget, which would go back to the House and Senate. So there's no budget.
So they're not following the rules. The House representatives are not following the rules.
That would be one way to put it.
Okay.
They would say, look, the Senate is free to pass our budget anytime they want. And the Senate would say, the House is free to appoint their members of the conference and we can talk about the bill, or you can pass our budget anytime you want.
Now, the big deal is the Affordable Health Care Act, right?
Well, in this case, the reason that the House leadership has said they didn't want to appoint members of the conference committee is they said, we have little interest in passing the budget the Senate agreed to. We think the House budget is just hunky-dory and they should pass it. And they've also said that they are not terribly interested in a compromise budget. The committees that meet generally are, I think, 8 members from each house, split evenly, 4 members from each party. And they aren't interested in a, 8 Republican, 8 Democrat meeting, because in the House, they generally are ignoring the fact that Democrats are in the House. So in the absence of that,
we've got to pause now for a break. When we come back, we are going to take our viewers' tweets.
Wow, we barely talked about anything except for you being an award winner.
Yeah, I'm sure we have a lot of tweets about that. So we'll be coming back in a second. See you then. Okay.
Wow, the time's just flying by.
So what's going on? We have engineers coming in now. Oh, has that camera been broken the whole time?
I think it's fine.
I do not see any tweets. Do you see any tweets?
I'm not looking, but no.
We've been streaming, as far as I can tell. No one's tweeted in saying you're not streaming, but that's not the kind of thing you'd tweet in about.
People in here looking at equipment.
I'm wondering if you're live.
You are.
Oh, good, good. Oh, look, we do. Hey, someone actually went to the website and sent us a message. This has never happened before.
Wild cow lick, you look like Dennis the
You
Menace.
sure you just haven't checked before? You've gone and checked the website.
Yeah, you have.
Look, we got a message. This is actually a good message we had.
Look, now I look pretty.
Oh, so pretty.
Wow.
What was wrong with your head?
I don't know.
You had a little bit of hair sticking out.
Yeah.
But I think
It was Dennis the
I
Menace.
assumed that was intentional.
but I think I figured out why
Like that
none
whole
of the
band.
episodes where Keith has been on has won away reward.
Is it because of the hair?
No,
Because I'm terrible.
because when you submit the shows, it's like several months from whenever the show aired.
Uh-huh.
So if it's a topic which is a current event, people have
Or it's stale.
boring,
They've given up. They've
stale.
given up.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow, that means it's not my fault, it's your fault.
For picking the current event topics?
Yeah.
That's what the show's about.
What if we talked about it?
Because the shows that you do win award, get
Yeah.
nominated for are
Timeless.
are more
Timeless.
evergreen because it's not like not everyone's talking. about
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
John's fault.
Although the prostate cancer was kind of timely because it was during Movember.
Yes,
Yeah,
But
yeah,
prostate cancer is timeless.
yeah. Yeah.
We all get it all the time.
At least I hope.
We might have it
I
right
don't.
now.
Now let's try to apply this general learning, which is that it's your fault.
Okay, we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2, go.
Hello, everybody, and we are back, and we're going to take your tweets and your messages.
There weren't any tweets.
Yeah, I just checked that, and
It's almost like no one watches the show live.
well, no, because we did get a message from the website. Remember?
Man, I was wrong again. Wrong again.
We got a. Okay, from Matt Zankeli,
Yes.
he writes, "What happened to the Nest thermostat box on the desk? Will it be replaced with a Nest Protect box?" So, what happened to the box? Well, it's right here. I don't know if maybe he can't see it because it's off screen. Wait, what camera am I on?
Yeah, yeah.
Here's the
Hey, watch,
Nest.
watch. We'll put it right here. We'll put it here. Put it in the middle.
That's a Nest thermostat box.
There's no Nest in this box, people. It's empty.
When the time comes, we will replace it with a Nest Protect box,
Replace it.
or maybe augment
Supplement it. Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah,
We'll see how it goes.
yeah.
I haven't finalized our plans yet. Nest Protect, it's a smoke and carbon monoxide
Yeah,
detector.
you people are climbing up the,
Yeah. it's
I mean,
gonna
first
be-
thermometers and now smoke detectors. I'm assuming next, like doorstops,
maybe.
possibly locks.
If
or
you
handrails.
are interested in that product, you could go to the website, nest.com, to learn more about it.
Yeah, I read the press release. I learned all I needed to know about it.
Okay, we're back to our topic.
We are.
Government shutdown.
Okay, so they didn't pass a budget,
They didn't.
and they aren't trying to pass a budget. They've given up.
Okay.
So like they have in many years previously, they're trying to pass what's called a continuing resolution. And a continuing resolution, it's called a CR, just says, well, we don't have a budget, but we agree to let the president spend the same amount of money that we previously let him spend.
They did that last year, right?
They've done it many times.
Okay.
And sometimes they're very short, they're a continuing resolution for 5 or 6 days until they can get around to passing a budget. It is seemingly pretty unlikely they're going to be able to actually pass a budget anytime soon because they aren't trying. So the continuing resolution is going to go on for a long time.
What's the progress of the continuing resolution?
Well, currently it's dead in the water
Oh, okay.
because the House does not want to pass a continuing resolution without, in that resolution, including a law that says Obamacare is null and void, or Obamacare is deferred, all implementation of Obamacare needs to be deferred by a year.
So the House is going to basically shut down the government until Obamacare is repealed. And so we'll have no budget ever again
Well,
until
yes.
midterm
Seemingly.
elections.
Seemingly, yes. There are eventually elections. I mean, the House will go away in a year and a month,
That's
or in
a
a year
long-
and 3 months.
It's a long time to have no government.
It's a long time to have no government.
What if I need a passport? I have a passport now.
Yes.
Which is valid. Let's say I
Yes.
didn't have one. What could I do if
Nothing.
I was traveling?
Nothing. Getting a passport is non-essential.
So then if I'm trying to get into the country at the border, will they not let me in?
They'll let you in because the border agents are essential. But issuing new passports is currently a non-essential job of the government. So they're not issuing new passports.
But they'll let me in with an
They're
expired
not
passport.
processing new passports.
Would I be let in the country with an expired
No
passport?
idea.
Okay.
I would assume it would depend on how shady you looked.
I look Canadian. I don't look shady at all.
I mean, technically, if you're an American, you don't need a passport to get into the country.
No?
It's a lot better if you have one.
You don't need one? Oh. You need something to say that you're American, right?
But if you're an American, you need a passport to get into Canada.
Interesting. When I go to Canada, I don't use my American passport.
You use your Canadian passport
Yeah.
because you're a dirty, filthy Canadian.
I am a clean Canadian.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, they've kind of said, politicians have said,
Yes.
we're going to give these federal workers who are furloughed,
Furloughed.
we're going to give them back pay for the time they missed.
Some of them have said that, yes.
So if that happens, we're not saving any money by closing down the government.
No, we're losing money by closing down the
And
government.
these people are not going to work. So they're going to be
Yes.
paid all their money for not going to work. They should just suck it up and say, these guys go to work. and
Look
we'll-
into the camera, and maybe they'll listen to you
Okay,
because
me
they
on
don't listen to anybody else.
Meet me on camera 3. Now, let me tell you, they should just send all your workers to work now because you're going to pay for them anyways. You're paying for them anyways. And so get some work out of the deal. What, do you want a nanny state? Do you want like a welfare state? No. Put them to work. Okay.
Good job. I'm sure this problem will be fixed by morning.
Now, wait. Is the NSA still spying on me now?
Yes.
Oh, okay. NSA is still spying on me.
We assume.
Now, back in the Clinton days, they had a government shutdown.
Yes, 1997.
That was over Medicare, is that right? Or something?
It was over a couple issues. Medicare was one of them. The growth of the federal budget was part of it. Desire to cut entitlements. Medicare being an entitlement, some other things being entitlements.
How long did that go on for?
2-ish weeks.
2-ish
I mean,
weeks?
not terribly long.
And that was same kind of situation. We had like the Democrats in office and the Republicans,
President
going
Clinton,
blocking. Yeah,
yes.
Clinton was-
Republicans in the House.
Yeah.
Speaker Gingrich was leader of the House at the time.
yeah.
Newt.
So it's a similar situation where we have Democrats in office and the Republicans want to stop the government and are holding America hostage.
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 Yeah, like terrorists do.
Now we're also in a sequester right now.
We have been for a year-ish.
I heard a yearish. Wow. I heard it was going to be devastating to our economy.
It's not
and
great.
Everyone. And what has been sequestered?
A sequester was essentially, remember I said a continuing resolution basically says you can keep spending at the current rates. The sequester was an agreement to, for a number of programs, cut the amount of money in the following budget / continuing resolution.
We got to
Some
wrap up pretty soon. We're
small
getting,
number of
shot at.
percent. And in some cases it was 3%, in some cases it was like 10 or 15%.
Debt limit.
and-
We're going to hit the debt limit soon.
Yes, that's a totally separate issue.
But it
just
happened at the
happens to be
same
happening
time.
at the same time.
So if we hit the debt limit, if it's not extended, we can't borrow any more money.
Yes, which means the government can't spend any more money because the government has spent all the money it's
But
borrowed.
we can't spend money anyways because we're shutting down. It's
No.
shutting down,
We can
right?
still spend half the government. We can still pay for things
Yeah.
that we previously agreed to pay for. We have that money.
Okay.
Look, there's credits.
I think they're trying to tell us that we're out of time and we should stop talking.
Look, West
Westfall. And let's see what's next. Beavers.
Beavers. Yeah.
Clark. Are we going to default on our debt?
God, I hope not. But I'm 30%.
We read
Oh,
some
wait.
jokes that were terrible.
How can you tell a Macintosh user from an IBM user? The Macintosh user is smiling. That one's not terrible. I mean, it's...
It's not really funny. It's just,
Did you hear about the bank computer that went down so often they nicknamed it the Titanic? What's a robot's favorite snack? Microchips with dip. That was terrible. Where do robots keep their valuables?
Most
In
of these-
data banks.
Most of these jokes are puns on chips.
Yeah.
I found. Let's do a high five.